Velazquez here again with Shannon Merrill. We're teaching the part of Stunt Tutorial 3. I'm going to be teaching some elite stunts today. We're going to go over the rewind first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands like I'm tossing a regular stunt and slide them slightly to the back. So my thumbs will be in kind of like the dimples of her back, and that's where I like to throw my rewinds. You can do it however. I suggest not to lock out your arms and do this technique because when she jumps into you, it's harder. I like to give a slight bend, relax my arms, and 1, 2, as she goes up, I like to be here for my eyes, and then I'm pushing through there. Right through there, that's where I'm going to throw my fire and have a rewind.
For the rewind, what you're going to think is, I like to have my arms in a low V, which everyone usually does. Whenever you're in a low V, all you're going to do is swing on your own count. You're going to reach up and slightly over him, and once you feel his push, that's when you drive your shins over. And then from there, when your shins are over, you look for the boy. When you see his hands, you place your heels in his hands and roll up.
Handspring up we'll be teaching. So I'm going to have Shannon get in the handstand. What you want to do is a back handspring up. I like to think scoop like a pole. I'm scooping like a pole right on her hips, and I'm lifting, keeping my head centered. So as I'm coming in, I reach around her body, let her hands come through my arms, catch here, keep my head centered as I push through. And I'm pushing through my palms, through to the top. And I'll show you just a timer. And up here,
and what you're going to want to think is you're going to think a fast backhand, hit your handstand, and then once you're in the handstand, you're going to wait to the top. When you feel him block out, you pull, keeping your chest up, and kicking your heels through.
I do the front hand now, the front handspring up. It's going to go like this. First, how I like to have it done is the flyer comes to me, so she's going to mark off my toes. That's where she's placing her hands. Okay? So again, she goes up, places her hands, I scoop, here. Again. She comes in, I scoop, here, rotate through. Now, while you're scooping in, she comes in, you scoop in, you're throwing right at your eyes, so I think to throw, I power through. I like to let it rock over me just a little bit, so I'm here, throw through, catch, bring it center. Okay, so I'm gonna do a timer. Here we go.
Okay, and for the front hand, what you're gonna want to think is you hit a quick handstand, placing your hands right by his feet. Once you're there, you're gonna block through your shoulders, looking to your left arm and pulling through.
What I like to think is be really fast, but I do it a little differently than most people. I like to start with my hand on the hip. So I'm here, I'm making contact with just that finger. As she goes in, I come over and I'm scooping again through. So as she comes in, I'm grabbing here and I'm going to initiate to the corner. So again, here, in, initiate, corner, the feet come through, kind of like a front hand and catch to the top.
For the flyer, whenever you're coming in, I like to hit IV. You can do it whatever way you want to. You want to think to hit your split upside down, and then once he pushes through, you click to the front. You squeeze your feet together.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the hand right now. The grip I like to do is I like to have my index finger wrap around, and then same thing on this side, wrap around. Then as I go up to shoulder, I change my grip. So 1, 2, and I put my index finger on the wrist, as you can see. Okay, and this is a good way to practice going up to the extended level or to the prep level with the hand-in-hand. You want to drive through and get there. Same thing for the do up. I like to make sure I keep my hands up as high as possible while she's standing on my shoulder, so she has something to put her weight on. If you boys only go here and you bring it down, it's going to be hard to get her feet on top of your shoulders. So if you're struggling with that, make sure you keep your arms up for her. So again, 1, 2. Until I keep my hands up. Okay, back down. Now for the cartwheel up, what I'm going to do, I'm driving the same way. Same way. Foot in. I like to think on my forearm. Some people put it on their bicep. I like my forearm. And you want to think fast here and pull down with this arm.
Hand to his shoulder. What you're going to want to do is you're going to grab it to the side, keeping your arms locked out. When he dips, you want to think to keep your chest up, pulling off your pants, and placing your shoes on his shoulder. Once you're at his shoulder level, he's going to dip, most likely on a 2-count dip. So when it dips, it's going to dip down first. Don't try to jump off of his shoulder. When it goes, you're bringing your hips over your hands and then bringing your feet up. So think hips, roll the feet up. Okay, once you're up in the hand-to-hand and you get that solid, you're going to keep your arms locked out. Don't bend them, don't loosen them. You're keeping them tight, keeping resistance on his hands. When he dips, you want to wait to the top, pulling your heels through and rolling up.
Show you the round off rewind. For the round off rewind, what I want you to do first, mark your spacing. That's always the key thing in anything. So do a couple timers. I'm gonna show you a timer just from standing. So she's doing just a cartwheel right now. So I'm marking the space, and then I'm here. You want to go right in the same spot you throw a normal rail off. Okay. Good. And then see where my hands are. I'm right underneath her right here. Same spot you would be for a normal round off. Okay. As she's coming in, okay, but I like to think I stand tall. As she comes in, I like to scoot under, so I'm at level with her butt. If you say standing and try and throw it, a lot of times you grab too high on the back and it doesn't rotate over. So you want to get low, throw in front of you, because the momentum is going to be traveling back, so you give a little initiation in front of you, and it should land right in your hands to the top.
For the round off rewind, when you come in from that round off, you want to think rebound just like you would for a round off tuck. You're reaching up and slightly over you, just like that rewind, and from there, you just pull those shins over, see his hands, and roll up.
Thank you for watching our video. It's a pleasure teaching you guys. A lot of these skills, it's something you just have to try on your own. You have to get spotters. Spotters are a must when you're doing elite stunts. Everyone's timing is going to be different. Everyone's technique is going to be a little different. Everyone's grips is going to be a little different. So just go through and see what feels best for you. There's no perfect technique for this, and there's no right way. Everyone has their own way.
That's about it.